Male feminists versus feminists with this whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation. And again, it's another one of these typical instances where a woman accuses a man of something, but in this instance, because he's a director and actor and was smart enough not to delete a lot of the messages and video that show them canoodling together, he might be able to save himself from a typical, female to male takedown. Now, recently there was an audio released where you could hear him apologizing, but obviously that apologizing doesn't mean he's guilty. That groveling just means he's, again, another one of these male feminists that realizes where he is on the woke hierarchy, and if a woman is stating that she's uncomfortable or is ready to accuse him of something, he knows that that's all it takes to absolutely ruin his career. Now, when it comes to male feminists, I have zero sympathy for when they get bit in the butt by the MeToo politics that they support. I'm sure he was one of these white dudes for Harris. But this is again another opportunity for men who aren't male feminists, simps, cucks, to see that whether the chick is celebrity or pretty or fugly and not famous at all, they're all the same when it comes to their predatory ways. Which is why in the previous video I said females in this country are the biggest sexual predators because not only do they get away with sex crimes all the time. I mean, you can just look up any story involving a female teacher and a male student and see how little time they usually get, sometimes no time. And then they get lifetime movies and mainstream movies made about their escapades with being a sex predator towards young boys. But then there's the other aspect. It's not necessarily sex involved, but it's the words, the accusations that you can make. Because this concept of Me Too and Believe Woman existed before those phrases were coined. Unfortunately, we've been in a matriarchal society for darn near a century now, and as a result, women have been able to just get away with some gruesome crimes. I mean, there's a reason why women are rarely put to death, no matter what type of crimes they get, because they have special privileges, even when they do things evil and wicked. And, the only way it's going to change is if men, because that's what it really takes, it takes men actually wanting to stand up for themselves, protect themselves, their sons, their brothers, their fathers, men in their lives, including themselves. It's just a matter of whether or not they want to stand up for themselves and demand legislation be passed that punish women for lying on men. And you would think females would want to get on board with this, at least females that have sons that they claim to care about, who have fathers, brothers that they claim to care about, husbands. Because, you don't even have to even meet the chick and she can still just see your picture and accuse you of some shit and you actually get in trouble. And so it'll be interesting how this situation ultimately turns out. Apparently, they actually have a trial date set. I'm curious, is this going to be televised? But yeah, March 2026 is the trial date for this. I don't know what day in March, but it says March 2026. It says March 9th, 2026. So it'll be interesting to see what goes down.